Hi, everyone. So Mr. Bloom, in his notes, went through solving systems of equations, and we're going to need that information. And plus, we're going to need this information from our 4-6 notes. So I need you to find your 4-6 notes. And this is probably halfway down that first page of 4-6 where it says congruence in right triangles. And we need to talk about a few things that you guys probably have learned before in middle school, but we just need to make sure you know how to do it for today's assignment. So what we're talking about today are our right triangles. And we know these triangles are right triangles because of our little square in the bottom. So a word you guys have probably learned before. So in a right triangle, the side opposite of that right angle, so this little square down here, we call that the hypotenuse. I believe you guys have a fill in the blank on your notes there, so you can fill that in. The hypotenuse is always the longest side, okay? And our other two sides, we call them the legs, okay? So on this triangle here, we have our hypotenuse, so it's this long side or kind of this diagonal side. And notice it's always right across from that little square there, okay? And then our other two sides are the legs. So today, what we are going to work on is we are going to be working on our essential understanding where we can prove that two triangles are congruent without having to show everything's congruent. What we need in this lesson are right triangles, and we need to show that a pair of the hypotenuse and a pair of the legs are congruent, and that's all we need to prove that two right triangles are congruent. So I'm looking here at our last theorem of chapter 4, and this is called the hypotenuse leg theorem, or sometimes we just abbreviate it to HL. And what this is saying is if we know the hypotenuse and a leg of one right triangle are congruent and the hypotenuse and a leg of another right triangle are congruent, then we know those two triangles are congruent. Okay, so if we look over here at these two triangles, triangle PQR and triangle XYZ, we know they are both right triangles because that's in our given, but also we see they both have those little boxes. And then it says PR is congruent to XZ. So PR, this is our hypotenuse. It is congruent, oh, that looks terrible, with our other hypotenuse XZ. Okay, and then it says PQ is congruent with XY. So PQ is here and XY is here. So because we know these things that we have right triangles, we know the hypotenuse are congruent and one set of the legs are congruent, we then know these triangles are congruent. Okay, so that's some information that you will need to know for your homework today, and you will need to have that 5-minute video watch for Mr. Bloom where he goes through more systems of equations. All right, thank you. Good luck.